Open your spreadsheet in Google Sheets, click File, hover over Download, and select PDF. That's the core action, and once you do that, a print settings window opens where you control exactly how your report looks. If your spreadsheet is already formatted and ready, you can be holding a finished PDF in under a minute. If you find this helpful, please like and subscribe, and let's get started. The reason you want to generate a PDF directly from Google Sheets rather than copying data into another app is simple. It preserves your formatting, fonts, colors, borders, charts, and images without any extra software. You get a clean, professional document that behaves the same on every device. Before you even open the export menu though, take a moment to review your spreadsheet. Check that column widths are wide enough to show all your text without wrapping awkwardly, and that row heights aren't squeezing your data. Verify that every formula is calculating correctly. Nothing ruins a report faster than a #ref or #value error. Also make sure any charts or tables display properly on your screen. Small formatting fixes here save you from re-exporting later. When you're satisfied, go ahead and click File, then hover over Download and choose PDF. The print settings window that appears is where the real customization happens. At the top you'll see a drop-down labeled Export. By default, it's set to current sheet, which is what you'll use most often when creating a single report. But if you need to include multiple sheets in one PDF, say a summary sheet followed by a detailed data sheet, you can switch to Workbook. If you only want to share a specific part of your spreadsheet, select the cells you need before opening this menu, then choose Selected Cells. That's incredibly useful for pulling out just a table or a chart for a client without sharing the entire workbook. Next, pick your paper size. Most reports use letter, but if you're sharing documents internationally, a 4 is standard. Your choice here affects how the data fits on the page, so match it to your audience. Then choose your orientation. Portrait works best for reports with fewer columns, like an invoice with line items down the page. If your spreadsheet is wide, think a budget with many categories or a sales report with monthly columns. Landscape is almost always the better choice. A common mistake is leaving it on portrait when your table spills off the right edge, forcing Google Sheets to split your data across multiple pages. Switching to landscape often fixes that in one click. Now scroll down to the scale section. By default, it's set to normal 100%, which means every row and column prints at their on-screen size. If your data is just barely too wide or too tall, you don't have to manually adjust column widths. Instead, choose Fit to Page. That shrinks everything proportionally so it all fits on one sheet. But be careful, if your spreadsheet is huge, Fit to Page can make text too small to read. In those cases, try normal 100% and adjust scaling manually to something like 90% or 85%, or go back to your sheet and widen the landscape orientation. Margins come next. Narrow margins give you more room for data, which is great for dense tables. Wide margins leave breathing space and look more formal for printed reports destined for meetings. Normal is a safe middle ground. Below margins, you'll find checkboxes for grid lines and notes. Grid lines can make a data-heavy table easier to follow, but for a polished report, you often want them off, especially if you've already applied borders to your cells. Notes, which are those small red indicators that pop up when clicked, are usually distracting in a PDF, so leaving that box unchecked keeps the document clean. The Repeat Frozen Rows option is one of the most valuable features here. If you have frozen header rows at the top of your sheet, say column names like product, quantity, price, checking this ensures those headers appear at the top of every printed page. Without it, your report can have page 2 starting with raw data and no context, which confuses anyone reading it. Enable it. You'll also see a checkbox for page numbers. Always turn that on for multi-page reports. It helps your reader stay oriented, and it makes your document look professional. You can also show the workbook title, which pulls the spreadsheet name from the file itself. That's handy if you're archiving reports and need to identify them quickly. Now look at the preview panel on the right. Scroll through every single page. What you see is exactly what the PDF will look like. Verify that no columns are cut off at the edge and that page breaks don't split a table or chart awkwardly across 2 pages. If a chart is too large, it may get pushed to its own page or stretched oddly. Check that it's readable. If the preview shows problems, go back and adjust your settings. Try a different orientation, reduce margins, or tweak the scale. You can also change the page break manually in your spreadsheet by inserting row breaks before specific sections, but for most cases the settings here are enough. Once everything looks good, click Next. A standard save dialog appears. Choose a folder on your computer, enter a file name, and click Save. Use descriptive names like Monthly Sales Report, July 2026, PDF, rather than Report BTF, so you can find it later. Wait for the download to finish, then open the PDF. Do a final review. Scroll through every page. Check that text is readable, charts display correctly, and no strange formatting errors snuck in. If something looks off, go back to your spreadsheet, fix the issue, and repeat the export process. Compare the new version to make sure it matches what you intended. When you're satisfied, you can share the PDF via email, upload it to cloud storage, print it for a meeting, or archive it for future reference. And whenever you need an updated version, say next month's sales numbers, just update the spreadsheet and export again. The process stays the same, and you'll have a polished professional report every time.